This is the revision video for Unit B2, Sustainability. So what is sustainable development? Sustainable development means using resources for human needs without harming the environment. When resources are taken from the environment without being replaced, this is unsustainable. As the human population has grown, more resources have been taken from the environment, damaging it. Many species have become extinct or endangered as a result of these changes. When an environment changes, some species are not able to adapt and they do not survive. If all the organisms in a species die, then the species becomes extinct. Humans often contribute to the extinction of a species by building activities that destroy habitats, overhunting animals for food and pleasure, polluting the environment, outcompeting for resources such as food, and contributing to climate change. Examples of extinct species include dinosaurs, which became extinct about 65 million years ago, probably following a huge climatic change. The woolly mammoth, which became extinct about 10,000 years ago, probably as a result of hunting by early humans. And the dodo, which lived on the island of Mauritius and became extinct in the 17th century after humans hunted them and rats, released by the humans, ate their eggs. Many animals and plants are not yet extinct, but their numbers are very low. They are known as endangered species. They are in danger of becoming extinct if their numbers continue to fall. There are 3 levels of classification for endangered species. Vulnerable tells us that they are at high risk of becoming extinct. Endangered tells us that they are at very high risk of becoming extinct. And critically endangered tells us that they are at extremely high risk of becoming extinct. Which one is endangered? It is the giant panda that is an endangered species. Poaching, loss of natural habitat, and a poor rate of reproduction mean there are now only between 700 and 1,000 giant pandas living in the bamboo forests of Western China. Which one is endangered? It is the blue whale, which is an endangered species. Numbers of the killer whale have not changed significantly, but commercial whaling has reduced the population of blue whales to between 10,000 and 14,000. Which one is endangered? It is actually both of them. High levels of hunting and disease have reduced numbers of the lowland gorilla to around 100,000, whilst destruction of its forest habitat have reduced the orangutan population to between 12,000 and 15,000. Which one is endangered? It is the red squirrel that is endangered. Compared to the 2.5 million grey squirrels, there are now only 160,000 red squirrels in Britain, due to disease and the destruction of habitat. The red squirrel could be extinct in this country within 10 years. Biologists now try to conserve endangered species and habitats by using a number of conservation methods. These include protecting habitats for species to live in, legal protection to stop hunting and trade, creating artificial ecosystems to replace the ones that have been destroyed, using seed banks to store seeds from rare plants, captive breeding programs in zoos to increase populations of endangered species, and educating people to make them aware of the problem. It is important to try and conserve wildlife for several reasons. Species may be useful in the future in the development of new medicines. Many species could represent future food supplies. Humans should consider damage not just to individual species but to the food chain as a whole. And humans have a duty to conserve the environment for future generations to enjoy. Humans need to manage the environment in a sustainable way. Sustainable development strategies are planned at local, national and international level in order to be effective. They protect the population size of many species and have protected species such as cod from becoming endangered. The global human population is growing, so to maintain sustainable development, we must produce and use food and energy efficiently and manage waste production carefully. Some examples of sustainable management are sustainable fishing and sustainable forestry. Humans need resources like fish and wood, so strategies are used to maintain them. These include education to avoid overuse and increase recycling, quotas, such as having fishing limits to prevent overfishing, and replanting, replacing trees by replanting after felling.